Mhm. Okay, hello everyone. Can everyone see me and hear me? Okay, I think it's about we start. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Yujin from Art Center Nabi, in charge of the hackathon this year. And I'm really excited to welcome everyone here. Thank you all for joining us today. So, our online hackathon, Hello World New Playground, has finally started. Yay! So we've organized this hackathon as an attempt to experiment and invent new plays in this expanding digital culture using AI and NFT technologies. And we hope to provide a place like a playground where we can freely propose ideas with wild imaginations, create various prototypes based on them, and share the outcomes with others. And I would like to thank our director, So-Young Ro, for hosting this event, and Korea Creative Content Agency for the chance, as well as all those people, including our Nabi staff, of course, who have put in so much effort in organizing this event. And now I would like to welcome our director, So-Young Ro, to give us a welcome message. So please give her a big round of emoticons. So-Young, please.
Okay, hello. So glad to be here in Gather Town. Thank you, Eugene, and thank you, Hein, who you haven't seen, but she's a veteran of hackathons. She's with Nabi organized numerous hackathons, and this is the latest. Unfortunately, we can't show you how much fun we can have together because we are also famous for having really organizing really fun hackathons. One of which was about 2 or 3 years ago. We did a blockchain hackathon on the beach. It's called Crypto on the Beach. So we surfed and coded, and it was a really fun event. And I really hope that we can see you all like that in the near future. This one, although in difficult situations, we are able to do this with our great partner, Seoul National University lab, led by Professor Sung Kim and his great students. And also KOKA, Korean Contents Organization, has been our loyal supporter. Thank you. And I see two foreign teams, one from Italy and the other one is from New York City. Thank you for being with us. I hope the time difference is not giving you too much trouble. And so I commence. Here we go and have fun. And I'll see you soon. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, So-Young, for the welcome message. Could you step down from the spot because?
Sure.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. So for the hackathon this year, we have received various proposals from different parts of the world, and after the screening, we have a total of 7 selected teams from 7 different cities from around the world. And now we'll hear from the selected teams of this hackathon. They'll introduce themselves as well as their ideas and what kinds of creations they're planning to invent during this hackathon. So now to give a little bit of entertainment for the teams who might or might not be nervous to give their presentations, I have prepared this ghost-like game for the order of presentations. So I will share the screen. I guess you can see my screen now. So let's see who the first hero is. So the first team will be 10, followed by party people, and then Naminsu, and dogs. And the fifth team would be SCI. And sixth would be Alfonso, and the last team would be Moram Moram. So, okay, so now could the first team 10 come up to the front and prepare your presentation? Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Hear us? Give me some handshake emoji if you can hear me. It seems like you can hear. So great. We are 10 and great. It's such a pleasure to meet you all virtually. And thanks for having us for Nabi. I mean, I will be nervous to be the first team to present. So this is just a content page of our presentation. It consists of our team introduction, project overview, project description, and our goal. So our team name is 10. We are a media artist collective based on New York City. We started our journey from NYUITP, and we made a lot of media art project in New York and Seoul. Our main interest is in using emerging technologies such as XR and AI to explore human and machines perception and recognition, and how we humans and machines can interact with each other. This is the very first project we've done together. So this project name is 10, and these two laptops are actually playing ping pong together, and there's some red bulb in between those two laptops. Actually, there's an audience can actually interact with those laptops, move forward and backward, and they can imagine how the journey of the virtual ball between those two laptops will travel differently. And this is our latest project, which name is DICE. It was a present in a Reykjavik in Iceland. It's just one of the very famous architect. It's a building by Olaf Ellison. It was such an honor for us to present a media facet in this building. Our project name is Humans of Nowhere. We're thinking of how to connect people in this COVID era and how we can empathize each other in this such a otherness world we are living in. So we started to focus on some very interesting social media network accounts. One of the most famous one is Humans of New York, which is consists of a lot of images of just local people in New York City and their stories. And we thought maybe it would be very interesting to actually, if you can generate news stories and images from these accounts, so we can feel more empathized to the other cities people in this such a diverse era. So the way of making this project consists of a few parts. So let me introduce with the images first. So we are basically using some AI machine to train a lot of different human portraits from those social media accounts. So we are targeting to generate some. We're targeting to generate some oil painting, like if really not to be too realistic, but also gives enough enough nuance and feelings for the audience that that portrait actually looks like a bit of humans and a bit looks like myself. So in our project, our audience is gonna take photos of themselves, and our machine actually can generate have the same. They're gonna the machine will generate a portrait which have the exactly same silhouette of the audience photos. This is the some of the images we already created so far, and now I think you'll see that actually each photos have some silhouettes of the standing person, and also definitely they have some generate interview text as well, and this is one of the key parts we want to improve further with in this time. And all the separate posts will be published with separate NFTs so each audience gonna fill their own generated images and text will be published to the published with NFTs. So let me move on to some text flow. So it's just very I don't want it to be very specific because it will be very boring to explain all the technical parts. So this project consists of three different big parts. First one is image, second part is text, and third part is published. So we're gonna use some Pix2Pix for images and GPT Neo for text and NFT for publishing the images and posts. So what do you expect for the audience is first, audience gonna take pictures of themselves and the humans of nowhere, and it will be published as a web app. So anywhere people can just access to the website with their webcams. And when they take a photo of themselves, they're gonna see a generated portrait, and actually they're gonna feel like, oh, actually that is something like me. After that, they can type some random words to start their express their feelings or something. So it'll be something like we'll start to wake up this morning or something. It's just actually what I wrote for this example. And they're gonna see short completed sentence from what they started. This is also generated by GPT Neo, which will be running at the back end of our project. And lastly, they're gonna see their generated social network post with unique NFT included. Thank you for listening to our presentation, and just feel free to ask any questions or give us any comments for better idea. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation, Team 10. Is there anyone who has any questions for Team 10? So you can ask them later because this Gather Town will be open 24 hours. So feel free to ask them questions if there's any, or you can think of any later. So, okay, thank you very much for the presentation. I think it would be indeed great if you could try for other cities as well, like Seoul, for the future developments. So thank you again for the presentation. And now we'll have the next team, Party People. Can the presenter of Party People come to the front? Thank you.
Okay, so can everyone can see my screen? Hold on. Hold on a second. So can everyone can see my screen right now? Okay, thank you. Okay, so let me start. So good morning, everyone. Glad to see you all at this hackathon. Our team name is Particle, Party People, and the title of our team is Particle, which is Play with Others as a Particle. We consist of 5 people from KAIST Motion Computing Laboratory, which is under the Department of Cultural Technology. And currently we are showing the video of our concept shot of our project. So we are creating a metaverse world, which is like a dream. And we aim to present our identities in this virtual environment using a particle. So majority of current metaverse provide human avatar as a representational tool. It is beautiful, so we can decorate ourselves within it, and people seems to really enjoy it. We express ourselves inside of these words. However, our human body in itself has possibility of holding a prejudice, social norms, or beauty, and all those social constraints that are ingrained within us, which we might even realize that it is actually within us. So our team started from such question that why human in virtual world always should be represented as an avatar. So actually the weird thing is our lab deals with generating human motion in virtual world. So our team members are quite familiar with playing with avatar in graphics environment. And during our research, we learned how difficult it is to represent a person with avatar who has so many different personalities, body shapes, body gestures, and etc. We wonder whether virtual avatar can really convey the true human essence. As so, we thought about different ways to represent human, or I would say, the essence in virtual reality. That point, we brought our particle, which is the core structure of every living thing in this world. So this is the overview of our structure. So we will represent us with particles inside the virtual world. The user scenario will be as follows. So first, user will record his or her voice and text when getting into our world. Then the deep neural network will change the input into particle representation, considering the context such as emotion, voice tone, and text content. The final output will be interpreted version of the initial voice using the network. Using our method, every single vocal input will be changed into something different, identifying each individual. And this is another structure of our technical overview. And for the extraction of musical features, speech feature, and other patterns, we will be fully using the Python libraries and also the Kakao speech-to-text module in order to interpret the content. The play part of our project is that each particle inside of the virtual world will meet each other. User cannot control his or her output, but his voice will reach to another person that is in the same space. So within space, although each other cannot understand exactly what they say to each other, they can meet, join, and interact. And this is the view of how we will make use of the NFT. We got interested in the interactive and intelligent part of the NFT, which will, in our system, record all the history of the interactions of each users. So inside of the system, and they meet, they will turn into another kind of particle video like that. And this is all for our presentation. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you very much, party people. I find it really interesting that they have chosen particles as the element to represent ourselves. And I think it would be also great in the visualization wise. So thank you again for the presentation. And now we'll hear from the next team, which is Naminsu. So yeah, please come up to the front. Thank you.
Hello. Good morning. I'm Haemin Sun, and I'll introduce our team, Namin's project, Mang Mang, the non-fungible promise with the dog soon to meet. Excuse me for presenting with Korean slides. I'll try my best to explain well. Okay. So I'd like to explain the Mang Mang project on three main topics. First, the story of Mang Mang as a text adventure game. And then, social issues. We want to talk through this project in AI chatbot implementation to this project. Lastly, I'll talk about social impact of Mang Mang project and how to use NFT for this purpose. So this is how the story begins. One day you think, I want to raise a puppy. You know that adoption is more appropriate way than buying through pet shop these days, but you don't know how and where to visit animal shelter, and what should you prepare for it? At the time, a friend of you who adopted an abandoned stray dog told you this. There are dogs waiting for adoption on the dog mongmong.com, and you should talk to the dog there. And you can adopt only after you succeed to make a promise to each other through communication with the dog. This is how the Mongmong text adventure starts. This game is a text adventure game for dog adoption simulation. There are three situations in place. Depending on what keywords the user types, it develops into a variety of stories. But in each situation, if you persuade or pick in human language, it won't be a real communication with the dog, right? So dogs barks like Mong Mong. Let's say it's a Mong Mong language. Will we be able to communicate in Mong Mong language and adopt them? The problem with some existing pet simulation games is a tycoon method through breeding. It means that the more the puppy becomes an asset and high value added product, the higher the score. In the real market, popular breeds tends to be commercialized intensively as well, and games just reflect the society. In the Mongmong project, we will continue the conversation with the Mongmong chatbot to recognize these problems and improve the pet culture. Conversation between them just don't happen easily. Just like it takes time for the pet in person to communicate and get close to each other, the dog that face on the screen only barks Mong Mong and doesn't give any specific guide. The user will give the dog greetings, questions, or emotional sentences, but the dog only answers with the barking and body signal. However, it's not that the chatbot doesn't understand the user's input in the system. You can know chatbot understand the query based on meaning and sentiment and print the answer if you check the code that handles the query behind. When you try to talk, you think about the meaning of a reaction from the dog point of view. Our eyes try to find patterns from body signals. If you guess what they don't want to do or what they like to be told, the user's text of who tried to communicate with dogs come much closer to a promise for a better pet culture. So after all three situations develop, we will issue the Mongmong NFT, which proves individuals' commitment to improving the pet culture. We focused on the meaning that is non-fungible. All text typed by the user through the text adventure game is used as a unique hash to prove an appointment with the puppy. We want to increase participation in improving pet culture by encouraging people to share NFT images of Mongmong printed as a dog characters online, such as SNS. The full list of technologies applied for this project is as follows. Based on web-based interfaces and development languages for 3D modeling, and Tableau brings and develops Google Cloud Platform's natural language model API. And P5.js creates text mosaic images for issuing NFT. Our team name, 나민수, is from our name, 오나예, 송혜민, and 강지수. We are studying technology art in the Graduate School of Advanced Imaging Science of Chungang University. And each one handles development, game design, storytelling, and planning. Through this project, 나민수 wants to consider the meaning and necessity of AI and NFT technology. Also, the audience participation in Naminsu's projects can be also an art project. We want to make the message of our project with the audience together and spread it broadly. So let's wrap up the brief introduction of our project in our team. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Team Naminsu, for the presentation. I thought that not only the concept of the dog chatbot cute, but also I think it conveys a good meaning and a lesson, as it once again gives us the awareness of the problem of abandoning dogs, which is definitely a big problem in our society currently. So thank you very much. And for the next presentation, can Tim and Docs come to the front? Thank you.
Can you see my presentation?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes, we can see and hear you, so I think you can proceed with the presentation. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Our team is NDocs. Today, we are introduced to our application. First of all, NDocs means next documents. We wanted to create fun and interesting content in digital world. Okay. Cartoons are an artistic form widely used in our daily life. In addition to artistic interest, we have focused on this. Let's make a cartoon of my daily life. It's my slogan. Can we combine blockchain and cartoon? We have focused on this. The first, lifelong make cartoonize. The second, Traingram is another value creation platform that creates a new ecosystem in which NFT and AI collaborate. Then methods are AI and machine learning. We are used GAN. GAN is Generative Adversarial Networks. In short, GAN. GAN is process of simultaneously running two networks with different functions and improving performance. Go further in, we use cartoon GAN, Generative Adversarial Networks for photo cartoonization. Use GAN to convert real photos into cartoon images. The task of changing the photo to the style of cartoon image is also called cartoon styling. The goal of cartoon styling is to convert to cartoon style while maintaining input photo contents. In addition, we will try to create various AI images by applying style transfer. Created on mobile phone, my own AI work is created with NFT through a web platform. If a cell phone is a space for my lovely creation, the web is a space for make NFT for the creation. Selfies token on mobile device are recreated through AI, and the result goes up to server, and it can be minted with NFT. Of course, it's up to me to decide whether to do NFT or throw it away. We are currently developing mobile and web service. It is a little hard. However, I will do my best until demo day. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Okay, thank you very much, Team NDocs, for the presentation. I think many people will be using it and upload the generated images on their SNS. So thank you again for the presentation. And can the next team, SCI, come to the front? Oh, we cannot hear you. Yes, we can hear you now.
Hello, hello everyone. Thank you for having our team for today. And I'm Suyeon An. And now let me introduce our team and our project. This is our team members. We are all in GIST, and all of us are interested in human-computer interaction and the artificial intelligence field. We expect to refine the meaning of the play as a new experience of collaboration with AI through the Sketch Playground, which is our project, Sketch to Code. Now, I think we are passing the age of a simulacrum where the vague boundaries between the original and the reproductions. Furthermore, we are faced with the virtual world, where the more we produce as copies, the more become valuable. According to these flows, we thought even the process of the interaction with technology could be an idea of a new creative activity. This is the starting point of our project, Sketch to Code. The project process will be following like this. First, when the user starts the program, the AI will suggest some images. Then, after the users draw a face as a free sketch, the AI module will start to learn and recognizing the sketch images and generate a colored and stylized. There are several different styles and user can choose one what they want. This final image will exhibit on the virtual gallery, and the user acquires the QR code card as an art possessions confirmation. This diagram briefly shows the technology part of our project. First, we will adapt to stylization technique to the sketch images. The style transfer has been widely used for artistic visualization nowadays, but normally these are based on the photorealistic images. Our technical differences is stylizing the edge line, such as a sketch. We are going to overcome this challenging subdivided task into an easy-to-learn form. This means the model can learn to synthesize image features more efficiently. And also, we are able to create a stylized image with rich colors and texture from just a black and white sketch. Through this project, we wish user can feel simple and easy self-expression activities. So scribing could become an art, one of the art, and through the collaboration with the AI. Of course, AI cannot fully understand the fun or play activity. It is only human can do. But I think artificial intelligence can understand data and produce a result through the process of linking images and sketches data. In this context, we would like to ask the question through this project. What would be future possessions means be? There is a gap between the value of the image data. They are not real but valuable in the real world. And the object that proves their possessions, but it's just small and normal paper prints. So this is the opening of our team projects, and thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you, Team CI, for the presentation. So they can translate my poor drawing into something stylish and unique through AI, and then even of value through NFT technology. So that would be really great. Thank you again for the presentation. And the sixth presenter will be Alfonso Di Gregorio. So could you please come up and do the presentation? Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Would you please confirm you can see my share screen and hear me normally, please?
Yes, we can see the screen and hear you well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So let's get started. 안녕하세요. Thank you so much, Director No So-young. Thank you so much, Chang Eugene, for the opportunity to speak with you today about anomalous surveillance, my proposed work for the Nabi Online Hackathon L Award New Playground. I'm Alfonso De Gregorio, acting today as an individual. In order to set the stage and give you some background information, I would like to start by offering you to ponder a few of the 1,000 questions we can ask ourselves about the surveillance state we live in. When asymmetries of knowledge between citizen and the surveillance capitalist translate in asymmetries of power, what will be the consequences for the democracy? When we lose our private realm, how do we assert our moral autonomy? When predictions of our future behaviors are enabled by knowledge and end up with control, what control do we retain over our lives if companies know more about us than we know about ourselves or that we know about them? Or ultimately, when all our future behaviors are predicted, what does it mean to be human? Very long story short, I'm a cybersecurity technologist by background who has now turned visual artist at mid-career. I've been working 20 plus years with the industry, government, and academia in shaping the discussion and practice of cybersecurity. But as you may probably have heard by now, surveillance is not any longer only in the hands of government organizations sanctioned with ensuring the security of nation states. In the post-.com bubble, surveillance is the business model of internet companies. And in the latest and most pernicious embodiment of capitalism, internet companies claim our private human experience as free raw material. Surveillance capitalism gathers and fashions our behavioral surplus or data exhaust into prediction products which are sold in behavioral future markets. This is in all likelihood the most accurate sociological characterization of the world and time we live in. It was offered by our professor, Shoshana Zuboff. Now, in my professional career, I gained a deep domain knowledge about our interconnected possibility space and the resulting societal risks. Now that I approach the arts as a way to distill my thoughts, the societal challenges related to my professional career form one of the main thematic areas for my oeuvre. In anomalous surveillance, I intend to enter in an experimental conversation with an AI language model, GPT-J, around the relationship of our society with surveillance. In doing so, I have set out to co-opt an AI model, a means of productions of surveillance capitalism, and turn it against itself. Over the course of the Nabi Online Hackathon, the exchange will unfold into unforeseeable direction. This will be not the first time an AI co-authors a critical text. Kay Alado McDowell published a few months ago an experimental conversation with an AI model GPT-3, the first book to be co-created with an emergent AI. Pharmaco AI is an hallucinatory journey into self-food, ecology, and intelligence via cyberpunk ancestry and biosemantics. The idea in anomalous surveillance, though, is to co-opt another AI, which is available this time around to all the open source community to play with. GPT-J is a novel transformer language model created in May 2021 by Elother AI. With its 6 billion parameters, GPT-J is one of the world's most advanced autoregressive text generation models. Now, when utilized as co-author, the resulting text is typically insightful not only from the point of view of the subject matter they're addressed, but also from the point of view of the technology involved. The final output will be the resulting text co-authored with GPT-J alongside with a Google Colab notebook available on the public web to play with. The co-author text will complement the computational photography art project titled Retain Reports, which has recently premiered at the Belfast Photo Festival 2021. In Retain Reports, my latest body work, I question our problematic relationship with data originated from our own private human experience and invite us to imagine an alternative economic and social logic. To do so, I set out to turn the surveillance capitalism means of production against itself again and train a generative adversarial network, a particular AI algorithm using unsupervised machine learning, to hallucinate the portraits of imaginary individuals based on an analysis of the images found in the public domain archive of Costica Axinte, one of Romania's most prolific early 20th century photographers. So before getting to my imagery, let me show you a sample of the Axinte work, and it will become clear to you why I've picked up his images. Many of his fragile glass plates have sustained damages over the years due to heat and moisture. The delicate silver gelatin emulsion has peeled off and the glass has cracked or splintered. So in a way, worn down by the time and elements, the portraits in the Xinte photographic archive are to me allegories of the impermanence of human artifacts. Their counterparts in retained reports, though, are like personal data in the hands of the surveillance industrial complex, permanent artifacts of computational processes and visual antithesis, which is to citizen to delete all your data, even if they resolve to stop sharing them. Let me try to elaborate further now the reason why the portraits in retained reports are visual antitheses. I present these portraits as images retained on electronic screens or NFT permanently linked on the blockchain. These are chosen in lieu of the traditional archival photo paper. You may be all reminded about what an antithesis is. An antithesis is a rhetorical device which uses words or phrases to convey the opposite sense of their real meanings. So, for example, if in a tongue-in-cheek I say, "Hey man, you are such a funny guy," I may be using an antithesis. And visual antitheses do something similar with images. In retail reports, the aesthetics of impermanence of the Xinte portraits is reinvented and appropriated to speak about the permanence of our behavioral surplus. Consider this, please. Electronic screen retained for years or even decades the contents impressed on their display even after getting unplugged from their power sources. Here on the top right corner, you can see that an embedded device, a Raspberry Pi, I used to program an ink screen connected to it via the ribbon cable. Here with me on video, one such screen I've programmed on December 2020, which remained imprinted one semester later after getting unplugged from its power source. So the portraits here imprinted was hallucinated by an AI, which is to say I have data resulting from computational processes. Now, even though these visuals appropriate the same aesthetics of impermanence found in the Xinte archive, they are now permanent. Unplugging the display from its power source will not get them away. This is what I call a visual antithesis. So in a way, electronic screen reinforce the questions raised in retained reports and further elaborated in anomalous surveillance because they make visible how data, including private and personal data, can become permanent. And it's both my hope and wish that this will invite you and the viewers to rethink the power relationships at play. I think I will stop here, and if there's time for it, I will be very happy to take questions. Thank you. Gamsahamnida.
Okay, thank you, Alfonso, for the detailed presentation. So his work will be under the theme of surveillance capitalism, which is one of the big social problems in the era we live in right now. And I really look forward to seeing the text generated and how it narrates this problem through text. So thank you again for the presentation. So finally, last but not least, can Team Muram come to the front and make the presentation for us? Thank you.
Hello everyone. Okay. And thank you for inviting our team this hackathon. I'm really looking forward to work other teams. Hello, this is Moram Moram. Our team is made up of media artist Dasom Kim and 3D graphic designer Euna Kim and programmer Sungwon Jung. Our team got together for this hackathon. Although our team's work direction and work area are a little different, but we had something in common. 3 of them are that is MBTI is F, emotional type people. So, and the team name Moram Moram means is pure Korean word. I don't know if it can be explained English well, but Moram Moram means sometimes it's all at once. So this is Kim Da-som's work, and she is Kim Euna, and he is Jung Sung-un. So let's introduce our team project. In this project, we look back on the memories of last summer one by one and try to restore the times before the pandemic. Doesn't everyone have a good memories of summer? Especially, I have a lot of special memories of summer, like performance, camping, festival, like that. So, and it has been 2 years since the daily routine of covering the mouth with a mask and applying hand sanitizer like hand cream was established. Already used to, maybe. So, Space Summer is a virtual 3D space implemented based on Unity WebGL and AI Music API. Usually, Metaverse focused on creating a new non-extensive fantasy world, but our team focused on restoring memories of the past and looking back at the scenery of the past summer, and we realized the importance of everyday life once again. So we will be working on Unity and deploying via a web browser. We will implement the Metaverse through a web browser. So let me show our teamwork. 혹시 화면 보이시나요?
Yes, we can see the screen, but not now. We could before, but yeah, we can see the screen.
The space summer looks like this. 어, 아, 어, okay. Our presentation is done. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation. So in line with this era after the pandemic, they're trying to create this virtual space for us to interact with each other. I like the music of the space, by the way. It was very peaceful. Anyway, I really look forward to how it will be further developed during the hackathon period. So thank you very much, Team Moram Moram, and thank you everyone for the presentations. I so much look forward to all the outcomes after just 2 days. So we have ended a bit earlier today than expected. So our hackathon will last for 3 days from today till Saturday. The final presentation will take place on the last day from 2:30 to 5 KST, and we'll have the award ceremony after that. And we will also have the artist talk on the second day, which is tomorrow, by Harshit Agrawal, who will talk about his works and thoughts around AI and NFT technologies. So if you're interested, please join the program. And during the hackathon, everyone is totally free to do anything. You can go to our website for the overall timetable for our hackathon, or you can just simply click on the calendar icon on the left tab to see the timetable for the day. So you can see what kinds of programs you would like to attend. Also, if you have any questions for any of the selected teams, they will mostly be at the workspace during the work hours. So you can go there and ask them questions. And if they're not there during the work hours, they might be working at their private team rooms to avoid distractions. So in that case, you can send them chats and ask if they are available. And there are lots of details and little features and functions we planted in this Gather Town. Our designers have put their souls in it. So please feel free to explore this place and make use of various functions to communicate and interact with others. So I think before I let you go, I would like to lastly remind you all that there's going to be a short get-together session tonight as an opening event at Social Room. So if you wish to interact and network with people, please come and visit us. So finally, now I'll let you all go. Thank you everyone for joining us today, and hope you all enjoy our 3-day hackathon. Thank you. Thank you.